You're live. Hit the music. I'm Jim Page.
And I'm John Curtis, and we are two nerds in a garage.
Still in a garage. Still at our house. Week 7. Quarantine.
Week 7 of quarantine.
I'm going to try this new thing, babe. We're going to try to go live on Facebook at the same time. I make no promises on if this is going to work. But let's see.
Technology.
Can you
bigger, faster, stronger?
Can you open up a second window?
I can't.
You don't know how?
Nope.
Just go up to File by Safari.
Oh God, this is riveting.
Hit New Window. Type in Facebook. Go to our page, Two Nerds in a Garage. If you're listening on the podcast, you should go to our page and like us and comment and tell us where you're listening from. We noticed that there's people listening all over the world. You don't know how to sign into your own Facebook?
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure it's working.
Well, okay, then you can't monitor the questions.
Okay. Oh, crap. Okay. Yeah, we got to do
Yeah,
that.
that's what I thought. You like to be a control freak, so.
Wait. Are we going to do a control freak off?
Well, you didn't want me to handle only. You
win.
But you needed to look at the questions.
All right.
So that's where we are. I can't tell what's happening on the Facebook side or where I'm supposed to be looking. Good morning, Brian Cooper. Good morning, Jason
What up, Coop?
Smith.
Hello.
John doesn't understand computers anymore. It's true. He only uses his
Phone.
cell phone for everything. I don't know how he does it. I get frustrated just trying to type an email on my cell phone. But I gave him my old laptop. It's a Mac, and now he's trying to get with the program and learn to use it like a normal grown-up. We are trying to go live on Facebook, but I have no idea how to see who's watching, or I don't understand how this side of it works. This is pretty pathetic. But hey, at least you can see, I can tell what happens on the YouTubes. So what do we got today? So what are you guys watching right now? We binged some stuff.
Yes.
We finished the first season of Star Trek Discovery.
Amazing. God, there's so much stuff I want to talk about what happened, but I can't because it'll spoil it.
Yeah. But I mean, like, again, as I said last week, I'm not a Trekkie, but I was pretty into it most of the time. I like when they go off into different lands and those kinds of shows, and you explore like different cultures. And that's
what Star Trek is all about.
Didn't have a lot of that though until
the end,
the new season, I think.
Okay.
So that's where I think I'm gonna be more interested. I've always liked that about the Orville. I mean, also that it's like you see in just the comment every day, like we're having lunch and we're getting into fights over whatever.
Yeah.
What are you smiling at?
Well, I think because I wanted to expand on the Orville. Orville is great, I think, because it brings everything you love about Star Trek, and then it adds a Seth MacFarlane brand of comedy to it. So it can be heartfelt, but at the same time, it's shut up, Meg. You don't know what that means, do you?
I do. It's Family Guy, but I don't really care because I don't like Family Guy. Can you go to our Nerds page?
Going to the Nerds.
Are you guys doing anything new? Are you watching anything new? I think we're going to have more shows in May. Dead to Me 2 will be, season 2 should be coming out on Netflix.
Oh, yeah,
a few new shows are coming
that.
on Netflix. Great. So how do we see if anybody is
commenting
with us? Do you see anything there?
I don't.
This is hilarious. I've never felt older than in this moment. Like it with technology. Oh yeah, that's good. You comment. Let's see if I get something. I did. I got a hi.
Okay,
Great.
now we're good to go.
Good. So what else? We started Defending Jacob on Apple Plus.
Yes. Oh, Chris Evans, Captain America himself, got a new show.
And Lady Mary from Downton Abbey.
So all the nerd shows coming together in this one. It's a really good little noir thriller. I don't think it's noir. Is it noir? It's not noir.
I don't really like noir. I think it's a little bit of that. I can see why you would say that, but yeah. I am actually very invested now. Like we saw the first 3 and now we're like, okay, we want number 4.
When does it come out?
Friday.
Okay. That's way too long.
Jason says, I've been watching What Happens in the Shadows.
Oh.
You wanted to start that.
I did.
I actually started it, and the first 10 minutes, I was just like, this is not for me at all, but I think you might like it.
So I think it's more male-centric recommendation right here on Netflix. Love, Sex, and Robots.
You did watch that. You watched more than the first episode, though?
I watched 4 or 5. And they're all pretty good. Love, Sex, and Robots. Boom. And the episodes are maybe 10 to 15 minutes long each. I think there's some that are fewer than that. It's good.
I was waiting to see if you were going to say the title once more.
Love, Sex, and Robots.
You seem to
Love,
like saying that.
Sex, and Robots.
Is it because you love sex and robots, or is it love, comma, sex, comma,
Maybe
robots?
I love sex with robots.
It's making you sweat.
Oh, yeah. Well, so is the sun.
I know. So this week I wanted to play a little game. Actually, before I do that, I was thinking about quarantine and like sort of the things I'm going to do different after quarantine. I'm wondering if you guys got to the point of like, this is now my new life after quarantine. For me, one of them is no more junk food in the house.
What?
Because I have found like before quarantine, we didn't have it.
Yeah, we did.
No.
We moderated how much we ate of it, though.
But for some reason, I can't anymore.
Because we're inside and like, what do you got to do? Let's eat some Doritos. We have Doritos.
That's why I think it can't be in the house anymore. If
I
like we
don't know.
really want it, it needs to be a trip to go get it.
It's just a word, quarantine. Like it's just moderation.
Is it though? Is it? Because my scale says more, says different.
As I kill an entire bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, just destroyed it.
I was also thinking about, like, I'm already a germaphobe, so it's gonna be worse now. It's gonna be like, don't touch the thing, don't touch that thing, get away from me, like, quit breathing on me. I'm not using your pin. What do you feel like when you have to touch the little pin pads at the grocery store, or whatever?
This is how I do it. Beep. Beep. Beep.
If you're just listening, he's licking his finger between beeps.
That's right.
I literally use my pinky now, and I like barely touch it. I'm so grossed out.
Little fires everywhere.
Christina Clark. Really? The trailer just looks so obnoxious.
What's it about? What is it on?
It's the thing with Reese Witherspoon and Kerry Washington on Hulu.
Why wouldn't you love those?
I love Kerry Washington. I don't know what it is about Reese Witherspoon. I think she's probably the sweetest person in life, but there's something about her that makes me like think she's not a nice person. Maybe it's the roles she keeps playing. They're so bitchy.
It probably started with Election. You guys remember Election?
Yeah.
You remember that movie?
But like, even like what I just watched before we lost HBO. Wow.
Big Little Lies?
Thank you. Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
There's just an air of her that's like uppity rich white woman, even though Reese is probably like the sweetest, kindest, most down to earth. So I just get over it. I guess I'll have to try it.
I had a question for nerds in quarantine. So we're all on our phones, we're playing games, but I wanted to know what your favorite phone game apps were.
You have been searching for a new game.
I have, and I'm drawn toward like tower defense games. And here's some classic recommendations. Okay, Field Runners. If you haven't played, not Field Runners 2, it'll be out there in the App Store. Field Runners 1 will just keep you entertained, and you'll have so much fun for hours on end. But I want a good towers defense. Right now, I'm doing Zombie Towers, which is a pretty fun app, but I need recommendations. And I don't want those time-based games where you have to like wait to do your turn. And if you don't want to wait, you pay some money.
Yeah.
Like Candy Crush and stuff like that. Did you ever get into Candy Crush?
I was into Candy Crush when it first came out, and I never would pay for a level. I would just play it 100 times until I passed it. I was never going to pay for the next level. I never did. Yeah. And then I just gave up on it after like a month or two.
There were times and I was just like, 99 cents. What's 99 cents? Sure, Candy Crush. What's like another 99 cents?
No wonder they made like $1 billion.
Yeah.
And we're having some mic issues right now. Our studio's falling apart.
It is a garage. So yeah, games. That's what I was just wondering.
What I mostly only play Words with Friends and just with my mom. Hi, Mom. Because I used to play with a bunch of people, but I would like time out and stuff because I never played enough. But now that I'm quarantined, I'm like, more people need to play.
I used to like turn-based games in terms of like words or the Pictionary type game where you draw something.
To draw something. It was called Draw Something. We used to be addicted to that.
I think Jason and I used to play Draw Something.
Jason says if you had a real computer instead of a phone, there's actual games to play.
That's true. Speaking of which, we were talking about World of Warcraft last episode. And turns out Jason still plays World of Warcraft, and he has an amazing video of him and like 40 people taking down this huge dragon. You can follow him on Twitch at Hafugu, Hafugu.
Happy Fun Guy.
Happy
Learned
Fun
that
Guy.
last week.
That's right. Pretty darn cool video.
Why you should share that with our nerd audience when you have these things, like on Twitter.
I should, but I just gave them means to look at it.
Well, now you got to find it because we don't want to do the work to find it. If
Twitch at Hafugu. Ayo!
Brian Cooper, I've really only ever played Crossy Road. You are addicted to Crossy
Road. Loves me some Crossy Road.
He said, but it got addicting, so he gave up.
Hey, what's your best? How many moves there you got? I'm just gonna pull up my Crossy Road right now, and when I see your number, I'll tell you mine.
Show me yours. Show me yours. I'll show you mine.
He's
so addicted. No, Brian, he is so addicted to Crossy Road that if we go to like a Dave and Buster's type place and they have a big Crossy Road, he will spend $10.
No, come on.
Let's. He does this thing where he's like, if he doesn't get the jackpot number, he's like, one more time. I had to cut him off. I have to take the card and walk away.
That can't be my PR. I've had better than that.
A low 335.
No, it's higher than that.
I just want everybody to know that you're
no, it is higher than that.
Do you have like a history thing you can look through?
That's what I'm gonna look through afterwards. It's much higher than that.
Oh look, we have Facebook. Malia's on said hi to us on Facebook.
Well, hello, Malia.
And Kim Thompson. So guys, we are just trying to do Facebook Live at the same time. We have no idea if your video's working. We have to remember to look at your comments.
I have to share this. Hold on.
But Malia said little fires everywhere infuriated her. Maybe I don't want to watch it.
Oh, we have to watch it now.
So Chris says, I'm never going to complain about having to fly or drive somewhere again. That may be mostly true, except now how is flying going to be? Like, I'm not going to have a stranger sitting that close to me.
This is planes again.
Hold on. Oh God, no. I can just feel the germs on your arm. No, I can't do it. How am I going to fly?
This is Coach. This is Coach.
I hope they.
I'm sorry. Can you?
I know. I hope they get rid of the middle seat thing, like they were talking about.
How are they going to afford?
I just want them to do that.
They pack the plane in like that because that's the only way they can afford to like maintain their business. They overbook because they need to maintain their business.
Jason Smith, back to Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, you too could multi-stream on there as well. So Jason, this is where we get really old.
Did you just see how hard it was to get on Facebook right now?
We have seriously not figured out why Twitch will not stream for us. We're too old.
Twitch literally makes me twitch.
It's like, you old fogies, you can't be on here.
We could try.
Try the triple threat. The triple twitch.
Wait, hold on. Good.
What?
I used to only ever play Crossy Road on my smartphone, but it got addicting, so I gave it up.
I read that to you.
That was no, the one after.
I read that one you're reading to you.
The snake one on Nokia?
No, I thought you read.
No, the one after is what I was getting about.
Okay, I would know because he was reading the same one I already read, which is what he does. He doesn't listen, and then he wants to do this. Like, it was his original idea. Because you know what it is. You hear me, but you hear me like in an inception kind of deep in your brain way. So when you finally say the thing, you're like, I just had this great idea. And I'm literally like, really? You just had a great idea.
You know what'd be great? Is if we like stream on Twitch, but we're too old to do it. We're just too old to do it. I just thought of that.
Is there a point yet? Am I allowed to punch him yet? Is there a point where, what's the threshold of like, when you guys are okay with me punching him?
To punch me, you'd have to touch me. And right now, germs.
Chris, that's good to hear. Chris says the quality stream is good on both. Yay! I was worried that it might make it buffer on one or the other.
Speaking of buffer,
what is that?
Did you know I was today years old when I found out that Dolly Parton was an executive producer on Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
A buffer.
Yeah, that's how I got there. That's it. That's all I got. Did you know that?
The thing is, I didn't know at the time, of course, but it started going around a lot talking about her company. But the more I watch stuff Dolly produces and more stories I hear about people who have worked with her, she just seems like the sweetest, kindest, like just wants to help people out kind of person.
Yes. Known more than just country music.
Yeah. Which I could probably tell you maybe one Dolly song. Even though I watched the entire Netflix series, it was all about her songs and every episode around her songs.
Name one other song besides 9 to 5.
Jolene.
Oh yeah, she sang Jolene. That's a good one.
That's what I'm saying. Like so her Netflix series Heartstrings was about every episode was about one song. So they made a short film, short feature, basically it was like 40 minutes to an hour. That was a storyline based on one of her songs.
Ooh,
it was
clever.
Very well done, but that's my
Clever
point. Is I still
girl.
couldn't tell you the names of the songs, even though I really liked the Heartstrings series. But I do want to point out that Jason says we're all totally fine with you punching him at any time.
Thanks, Jason.
I'm just gonna warm up to this.
I can't. By the way, I can't pew 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 like I did last week. So last week I did a pew 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 with the middle finger to my sister, and I got chewed out by my mother. So I can't pew pew pew.
But I don't think mom's watching because she doesn't have sister to help her put it on right now.
Mom is tech savvy. She's not watching. She's definitely
pew
not
pew
watching.
pew all you want. Actually, don't though, because we are
family friendly. So pew pew pew. Actual finger guns.
Hi, my Aunt Debbie said hi to nerds.
Hello, Aunt Debbie. I'm glad I didn't pew 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 now.
What does the quarantine feel like in Missouri, Aunt Debbie? I feel like we're in this weird California bubble of like.
What? It's the same thing. Everyone's staying home. Everyone's binging TV. We're
used to like having things delivered, and we're used to like we're not the type of people who go to Walmart and walk around. But in the Midwest, that's like a thing you do. You go to Walmart and you walk around, and that's what you do for your day. That's the activity.
Before quarantine, it's exactly what we did in Target.
We did not. Maybe twice in our whole time we've been together. And that was because he always goes, let's go into this one thing. Now they have drive-ups, so I haven't been into Target in like a year. But he'll go, let's go to this one thing. And then when we get in there, he goes, oh, let's look at the games. Oh, let's look at the toys. Oh, let's look at the shirts. So that's you, buddy.
Why wouldn't you want to do those things when you're in a place like that?
Because I just want to get out. I never want to just be in. I want to be out.
Get out.
So that's my point. I'm good with the quarantine.
I'm shaving, by the way.
Oh yeah, nobody said anything about
no beard. Things. It had to go. It was too brilliant.
My Aunt Debbie just says it sucks at Walmart. Oh yeah, do you work at Walmart still? I'm looking at her here because she's talking here, but I gotta look at her here.
Walmart was one of my first jobs when I was 16.
I worked at a Walmart type place. It was called Venture. It was like pre-Target.
Ooh. And I worked in the seasonal section of Walmart, which I might add is hell on earth during Christmas season. Holy good God. People snatched that. This was back in the 90s too, early 90s.
I only did the checker outer person.
Oh yeah.
Register.
I was working with someone at the time and she thought she was really sneaky. So she and her friends came and tried to steal stuff.
Oh my God.
And she would just run it over the scanner, but not scan it. And then they were caught right away. So don't do crime, kids. That's it.
Charity says she misses wandering around Target for no reason. Yeah, but aren't you saving money now? Because here's the thing. Like we used to go, you'd leave, you know how when you leave Target or Walmart place and you're like suddenly you went in there for a $20 thing and you spent $200 at checkout. Now I'm in my little cart going, well, it's up to 80. So what can I get rid of? And I've had some panic attacks when we've left stores. Like we've spent too much. We got to return some things.
This has happened. We've checked out, walking past the return aisle while she's looking at the receipt saying, we have to return this right now. After we've checked out.
Buyer's remorse, like instantly.
So I have one note in my nerd notes right now.
Okay.
You want to read it?
Okay.
Oh, I actually have a couple, but the top one was what I started with. Just read the top.
Read out loud?
Yeah.
Who would win, 1,000 T-Rexes or 100,000 chickens?
This is something I saw on TV, and I'm like, this is a great question to pose to the nerds.
But, I mean, the T-Rex could just stomp them all as he ran around and swoop down and eat them.
Right?
He could scoop up like 20 in his mouth at once.
But let's assume the chickens are feral. And like they really are out for blood.
They're like Realm Royale chickens.
Would they get how many chickens does it take to overwhelm a T-Rex? I thought this was a really good, important question.
Okay. Well, we've never found out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Three.
Yeah, if you're like have a big mouth and you could crunch them. 3. What do you guys think? T-Rex or chickens? Who's winning that battle? That is so fucking
there is no lightsaber.
I'll lightsaber the podcast part. You didn't hear that.
Swore.
Jedi mind tricked them. They didn't hear anything.
There was no F-bomb just now. But there was.
Brian Cooper, I went to a hardware store yesterday here in Wisconsin. I needed a few necessities. Otherwise, I'd have been doing pickup for everything else. Christina, Lord, I'm the same. Smack my head. Is that for which one was that for? Oh, I don't leave it. I will leave. Oh, I've done it. I will leave the drive-through if my total is too much. I've done that too. Wow. She's totally my daughter.
What? Oh my God. So wait, you make them do all that work?
I'm guilty of it. I haven't done it in a long time, but I have done it in the past where you're like, oh man, that came out to be way too much. and it's worse if you're sitting there and you're like still waiting and you're kind of waiting and then it starts to build up and then finally you're like, I can't eat.
Terrible.
See, you're just used to like blowing money like no big deal.
It's not blowing money.
You're always the ones like, babe, we can afford to eat out. And I'm just like, you know, how long did it take you to train me to not complain about how much a meal costs?
You're in the business.
What?
You're what we call in the business as a, wait, how do I put this delicately? Hi. Let's just, moving on. Next topic.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I want to see what else. So we got to vote for chickens. T-Rexes are all dead.
Wait a minute. Okay. Assuming we put together 100,000 feral chickens all out to kill something, let's just assume we could get 1,000 T-Rexes. Now you have to
I like his answer. It's freaking great.
There's no
Brian Cooper says, I don't think it would take a lot of chickens to take down a T-Rex. I used to raise chickens and the roosters can be vicious.
Ooh, see? Personal first-hand experience. Although you haven't had personal first-hand experience with a T-Rex.
Not unless you count Jurassic Park.
Have you ever known anyone with short hands?
Well, let's not make fun of people with short hands because there are people who are like that.
I know. I'm sorry.
So let's say, have you ever known a T-Rex with short hands?
I have not. Only costumes, and they're hilarious. Ever seen T-Rexes racing? People in those T-Rex costumes racing?
Yes, they are freaking hilarious.
Doing anything, really. I think there should be a sitcom with those T-Rexes.
What would it even be?
Every episode, they'd be like, I still can't pick up the pan.
But they don't talk either. So is it just like them running around?
You would have to assume the T-Rexes talk.
Then I think you've lost the funny in it.
Maybe they could start speaking in actual dinosaur, and then like some movie, you know, you start with the captions.
Actual dinosaur. Roar.
Yeah, roar. And then you have like the Netflix subtitles. And then like halfway through they just start speaking English. You assume they're still speaking in dinosaur. I need this
to finish
filled up.
Brian's vicious rooster comment, he says, especially if there's too many roosters, they can get pretty mean. So the question would be, how many roosters
per hen ratio?
Hens, and what is the hen to rooster ratio?
Okay. So I'm assuming, based on your experience, if it was all roosters, they would just demolish the T-Rexes. Yes? Or do you need some hens because all the roosters are in heat and they're just all looking to get laid? Can we say that? Have the sex.
Jason Smith wanted to point out that there was a dinosaurs sitcom in the 90s, and he's right. Remember?
Was it with those?
It was like Muppet type dinosaurs.
Yeah, but not quite. It
was
Muppets.
It was like basically the dinosaurs as the Connors or something like that. You know?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
What was it?
And it didn't make it either. Although I think I remember it being really cute.
Of course you would. You know they're bringing back Fraggle Rock on Apple Plus.
We're gonna, even though they did it, they probably planned it before we said it. We're gonna take credit for that.
By the way, yeah, we did this.
We told them.
Is there anything out there you want us to do? Like your wish list? Just tell us right now.
If we say it here,
we'll say it out loud, and it'll happen.
So Aunt Debbie has been at Walmart almost 30 years. So what I want you to think about and tell us is, what is the worst thing about working there right now during quarantine? I want to know firsthand.
I'll bet you she can verify that working in the seasonal department is.
But I want to know, like, what is the worst thing right now? What is she seeing in the humanity or lack of humanity of people?
You mean like people punching people for toilet paper?
Yeah, anything. I want to hear.
Okay.
Which, by the way, we're getting low. We need to start keeping an eye on that.
FYI, audience. Porn or poop. Porn or poop.
Well, I mean, if you want to send us a present, toilet paper's way to go.
I thought you were going to say porn.
People who haven't watched before, what he's referring to is last week when it somehow there was a porn topic came up, but every other week a poop topic came up. So we said, oh, we went from poop to porn, and now we're back to toilet paper.
Don't send us porn or poop for that matter.
No, but toilet paper, acceptable. Okay, so read Brian's last comment on the T-Rex while I look up.
Okay. If they started coming at the T-Rex from all angles, they could eventually take one down, but it would have to be cornered somehow. Otherwise, I'm thinking it would just run away. I don't think T-Rexes run away.
Yeah, I wouldn't see them run away either.
But
we only know what we know from Jurassic Park.
I'm no paleontologist. But T-Rexes, they would just die fighting, right? Live free or die hard.
I think so.
I'm a T-Rex. Yeah, I'm a T-Rex.
Okay, so I thought last week's text game was really fun.
Okay.
So I wanted to do one this week.
Ooh.
So everybody who has a phone handy, open your phone either to your text box or your messenger box, whatever you use the most. And because Comic-Con, it hasn't officially been announced, but let's face it, Comic-Con is going to be canceled this year.
Everywhere Comic-Cons are being canceled.
I thought it would be funny to find out what is your Comic-Con pickup line.
Okay. So using predictive text.
In your middle box.
The middle box for your predictive text. What was the question again?
So I think you should start your sentence with, hey, baby, and then see what your sentence comes up.
Hey, baby. What is this again? The pickup line for what?
Pickup line for Comic-Con. Put them in the box if you guys do them. Type them in. Oh, man. It always says no hand sanitizer.
Okay. Read me the question.
Okay. What is your Comic-Con pickup line?
Hey, baby. I'm going on a run today, and I'll pick up the car. I'll be home alone, and I can see your face.
That's kind of sweet if it's to me.
That's why
but if it's to a stranger,
I never get laid.
All right. Let's see what my Comic-Con pickup line is.
That was a joke.
Okay, so mine just keeps repeating itself. So I think that it goes, hey baby, I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that you're doing well, and I hope that you're doing well.
That is the worst pickup line in the world.
I mean, I get nervous when I talk to you. I'm sweaty, so I just hope that you're doing well.
Sex?
If you're at Comic-Con, right?
Yeah. Did you just ask me to have sex? I'm pretty sure you did.
Oh, I'm gonna try my actual text boxy thing to see what happens.
Did anyone try this out there on their phones? Because
I tried to do this to you because I don't want to accidentally send this to somebody else.
Why? Because if you sent the one I made, if I sent that to my mom, it would be really embarrassing. If you sent that one to your mom, it just looked like you're really concerned.
I'm gonna use my third box.
Sex joke.
Okay.
Okay, we have one from Chris Higginbotham. Hold on.
Read it, yeah.
Let's see here. This one comes from Chris Higgy. His is, hey, baby girl, I love you so much, and I hope you have a great day, and I will be there at the same time. I don't have a good night, and I love you too, baby girl.
It's a little forward.
That is definitely.
But, it is Comic-Con, so maybe it'll work.
Chris is definitely 3 to 4 drinks in, and this is the type of thing he's saying at the bar. So this is Higgy, 3 to 4 drinks in. Ready? Hey, baby girl, I love you so much, and I hope you have a great day. I'll be there at the same time. I don't have a good night, and I love you too, baby girl. Well done, sir.
I want you guys to do more. Okay, so I use my third text box.
Okay.
Hey, baby, I'm going on the show today, but wanted you are aware I didn't have any other stuff planned until you.
Whoa! Way better than your first one.
Here, now you read it as a Comic-Con nerd hitting on a girl.
Oh, really? Okay, that's actually a definitely very specific character.
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Hey, baby girl, I'm going on the show today, but wanted you to aware I didn't have any other stuff planned until you. It just cuts off there.
No, and I didn't have any other stuff planned until you. That's how you end.
Chris Higgin, after 4 drinks, spot on.
Okay, if you guys decide to do it to text box, send them over. Do you want to do your third text box before I move on?
Let's see. What about your box? What? Oh, this one right here.
Yeah, but do your third one.
Okay. And I'm starting with "Hey Baby."
Yeah.
Hey baby.
While you do that, I'm going to read Brian
It's all
Cooper's.
emojis.
Click it though, see what happens.
Okay.
Because it should give you words. Brian Cooper. Hey baby, maker, you are too busy to be in a wait. Hey baby, maker, you are too busy bar to be a big fan. He's definitely drunk.
Yeah.
Read that as a drunk guy.
All right, here we go. Here's Cooper in the bar I work at. Ready? Hey baby makers. You see busy bar? Hey, to be a big fan. Big fan, big fan. Big fan.
Y'all really got to stop drunk texting.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay.
Did you get anything else out of it?
No, it didn't work.
Okay.
It was just baby emojis,
Which
which maybe works. Let's have a baby. Hey baby, let's have a baby.
Okay. So here is the question of the week, which was
Okay.
not the T-Rex thing. That was something he threw in. The question of the week is, name a movie that you actually rooted for the bad guy.
Ooh, good question.
Y'all got one? I actually thought about this for a while, and I finally came up with sort of somebody's, but it's
I wish you
pretty
would
tough.
tell me ahead of time. I would
Well,
have given this
remember when I
considerable
asked
thought.
you if I should tell you ahead of time, and you
Yeah.
said no.
That's right. I failed. Okay. What'd you have?
Okay, well, I was hoping we could get audience to tell us theirs before we.
They can't just think of it on the spot, or maybe they can.
Okay, well, I did think right away for a lot of people, like Harley, my daughter, Kylo Ren. A lot of people rooted for Kylo Ren. And then at the end, when he was more Ben Solo, we were rooting for him.
You were rooting for him to turn good. I don't think you were rooting for him to destroy.
But there are people
rebellion.
who are rooting for him.
But I don't think that qualifies.
You can't tell me what qualifies. You didn't make up my brain.
Fair enough. Touche.
Okay, here's one.
Okay.
Harley Quinn in her movie.
See, also, I don't think this qualifies.
She's a bad guy. She is a complete and total a-hole.
No,
but we're rooting for her the whole time.
There were redemptive
It
qualities
doesn't matter.
about her.
She
It does
is a
matter.
bad guy.
With the gist of this question, when you were asking it, I thought, was there a movie out there that had a definite protagonist and a definite antagonist, and you just ended up rooting for the antagonist for some reason?
Well, probably if there's any movies starring Gwyneth Paltrow, because you hated Gwyneth Paltrow. Were you rooting for the killer in Seven?
Yeah. What's in the box? No, really, what's in the box?
So I also thought Loki at certain points.
Okay. But also, he's charming and he had redemptive qualities. He did the right thing in the end.
But I'm just saying, these are bad guys I rooted for.
No,
it's much harder for you to come up with a bad guy who is an antagonist and you just flipped on the protagonist. Movies aren't meant to be that way. Movies are meant for you to root for the protagonist.
Okay. Oh, you haven't seen the Matrix movies. Was there a part of you in the Matrix movies that was rooting for Agent Smith a little bit? Like, he was taking over the robot world. He was kind of like, there was just part of me that was like, he thought beyond his programming. He became this other thing. I don't know. It's a good question.
You guys are not helping us out today on this one.
It's a hard question. You can't just come up with an answer. It's a tough one.
Okay, well, let's think of movies that had really great bad guys. Okay, I didn't root for him, but one of my favorite bad guys ever was Gary Oldman in Fifth Element.
You're not rooting for him.
I'm not saying we're rooting. I'm just saying he's one of my favorite bad guys ever.
Oh, sure. Oh,
So
he's fantastic.
Let's think of bad guys that we liked and then say if we ever rooted for them.
Okay.
Maybe, I did kind of root for the asteroid in Deep Impact. Not Deep Impact, the other one, Armageddon. I liked Deep Impact. Armageddon, I wish it would have just
wall up to the earth
because
Michael Bay was giving us this crap fest. Did anyone like Armageddon?
And I think I may have liked it, but Deep Impact was so much more deeply impacting.
You know what? I'll give Armageddon this though. I remember Armageddon. I don't remember a thing about Deep Impact.
Really?
Well, there was an asteroid that hit the earth.
But I remember Deep Impact feeling like actual feelings watching the movie.
I remember Volcano more than I remember Deep Impact. Did they both have Tommy Lee Jones?
Did either of them have Tommy Lee Jones?
Volcano had Tommy Lee Jones.
Hey,
what's our best natural disaster movie?
Well, I was actually thinking about, you know how there's the asteroid coming, right? There's an asteroid that's going to go by Earth. And you're supposed to be able to see it actually today, I think.
What?
If you have a
What?
telescope, yeah. But I was like, I hope it's not like of the 2020 vibes where like it's supposed to pass us up, but then 2020 sucks it in and just Earth is just like, come on, help me destroy humans. It could happen this year. I put nothing past 2020.
Oh, come on. You know what they are saying, though?
He can't even fully say, come on. He was going to say it, and he was like, maybe I won't say that.
Everything's going to go back to normal. You know why?
Why?
Because Chinese scientists say that this coronavirus will probably come around every season like the flu. So we're not going to do this every year.
No. And hopefully we'll have, anyway, I want to, I don't want,
Yeah.
I was just really political, so I'm going to go the other way. Summer Walters, hi, Summer, said she rooted for the bad guy in All About Eve, which I vaguely remember.
I don't remember the movie.
But I need to revisit that because I can't even speak to it because I can't fully remember.
We have one like for Armageddon. Higgy likes Armageddon.
Our regular, I love that I least on Facebook, I've got some ladies joining us. My only lady who ever joins us on YouTube is Maria.
Hey, she's back. She's supposed to be working right now.
She's got to work, which I don't think she should have to work because we have show to do and she's supposed to be here. You should talk to your bosses about this. I mean, what's important, really?
Yeah.
The common cold is a type of coronavirus, she said.
Yeah, but not with a 5%
Yeah.
mortality rate.
Yeah.
Duh. It's like work in the medical field or something.
Okay,
Duh.
so you have any other bad guys that you liked? Even if you didn't root for them. I mean, there's other. Okay, what about like the Dark Knight series?
Do we like Thanos?
We loved. I don't like Thanos. I've always hated Thanos, even though we've had the discussion, I think last week, that I think he may have had the right idea.
He didn't have the right idea, but was he charming or likable or
No.
redemptive in any way? He wasn't. Was
I
he?
didn't like
Well,
him.
was he charming?
No, I didn't like him at all.
You weren't a little titillated by
No,
him?
he was terrible.
All right.
Evil. Mean. But what's it? The Dark Knight, the Joker, Heath Ledger's Joker. What?
Oh, did like the Joker. Did like Heath Ledger's Joker. But that's because he was charming, even though he was insane. You can't root for what he's doing or what his ideology.
But there is a little bit of you going, I hope he gets away with this and doesn't have to go to jail. A little bit. There's a little part of you.
Maybe.
I mean, I liked him more than I liked Batman. But I have to root for Batman because he's doing the right thing.
Yeah. All the movies are pushed away, by the way.
All the movies?
Yeah, like the Batman with Robert Pattinson.
Oh, yeah.
Pushed.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghostbusters Afterlife. What do you think about that? They just had their first
Why are
real
you
trailer
changing
drop.
the subject?
Oh,
you have such ADD. It's I don't know how we've ever had a podcast.
I like the color blue. Ghostbusters Afterlife.
But we're talking about bad guys.
Oh yeah, okay.
Ghostbusters bad guys. I did like the Stay Puft. I kind of rooted for him a little bit.
Yeah.
Slimer, I didn't want Slimer to ever be killed.
Slimer was so popular.
He became a friend.
Yes, he was main character on the cartoon.
Who was the real bad guy though in Ghostbusters? I think it'd have been like the mayor guy.
No, it was Zool.
Yeah, but I don't know. I didn't have a problem with Zool as much as I had a problem with the mayor.
Did? He's a demon that wanted to destroy Earth.
He was entertaining.
No, he wasn't. The people portraying them were entertaining. I am the gatekeeper.
I did not like Ghostbusters. I think it was Ghostbusters 2. Was that the one with the painting? I didn't like that bad guy. That guy.
Oh yeah. What was that guy's name?
I don't remember.
Vigo.
Yeah, I can't even remember that. Oh, bye, Maria. She's already going back to work.
Sorry for
Fine.
making fun of you.
With Jason's, I think that's a Princess Bride reference, so I'll let you speak of it. So you can shame me on my.
Inigo Montoya started out as a bad guy in Princess Bride. No, he would not count. He's just way too charming, does the right thing, is a good guy through and through.
Blarg.
Even in the beginning when he's fighting, the main character, Carrie Elwes, even when he's fighting him, he's like, you seem like a good guy. I hate to kill you.
Summer gave us a little more about All About Eve. She said the actress wanted to take the leading star's place, and she did. So was the leading star a bad person? So that's why you were rooting for her to be able to take the lead? Or were they both bad people? Like, because it sounds like maybe she was the actual protagonist, so if she got the win in the end.
Right.
John Q is All of Us. I don't remember John Q either. But wait, John Q was the bad guy, but he was also the main character, right?
But also, it's like it's those anti-heroes
I
that are actually
know.
heroes. You can't.
It's
It's not. It
the-
doesn't qualify under your question.
Yeah. Blarg.
Blarg is right.
Any X-Men? I mean, I would always root for
Magneto.
Magneto, I think.
Magneto, yeah. Well, the way they've steered him, he was also kind of his. What saves Magneto is his relationship with Professor X. Like,
Yeah.
you'll never truly root against Magneto.
Yeah. I mean, it's just, yeah. I don't think you really truly root against any of the bad, quote unquote, X-Men because you know that they're just misfits.
Apocalypse is bad.
But most of them, like even like say, why am I forgetting her name? Blue girl.
Well, Mystique.
So like even though she becomes a bad guy, but you know her whole backstory that's made her be this way. So you can't really root against her.
She was bad. Like in the OGs, she was bad. And then the reboot with Jennifer Lawrence, the writers and the franchise decided, let's not make her an antagonist anymore. Let's change her to be a good guy.
But I think that's only like a prequel to her actual adulthood story.
No, they changed the whole timeline. She's a good guy now.
That's stupid.
Well, that's timelines.
I don't like that.
Message retracted, Brian Cooper. How dare you?
It won't let me. No, it's probably he probably thinks that he cursed.
Oh, but
I can't. It won't let me. Either that or he did remove it. I don't know. Usually, if it's like a curse word or something, and they think that. Brian says, I like Jason's answer of all the bad guys in Princess Bride except for the prince. He was a total jerk.
He was.
What was it? Shrek. That's the only time that right away I was like, that's the prince that was a total jerk. That comes to mind.
Yes.
But I didn't root for him either.
No, of course not.
He was terrible.
Are you talking about the one
Brian said he had to edit it.
No.
Okay. I want to jump into some nerd news because I think they're going to be more discussive than possibly normal.
Discussive.
I just made that word.
I think you did.
I don't care. You knew what I meant.
I did.
Okay. First thing, which I find super awesome. So they did a study. It's not a big scientific study, but they had a certain amount of people with different jobs and different things, whatever. And it was all gamers or people who played video games. And guess what they found out?
What?
Hardcore women gamers improve their skills faster than men, research shows.
It's because men have been playing so long that their improvement curve kind of flattens.
Because you guys are all just
good
like,
all the time.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, so there's this wonderful, I want to actually put this link in so everybody can look at it because the chart is awesome. I gotta find all my little windows.
Boy, help me out here.
Where's all my little windows? Okay, look, no, I gotta bring this closer so I can read the chart. So it's really broken down, really fun. So based on matchmaking rating per month. Okay, so research is based on 5,000 users and progressive analysts of 3.5 million data. I don't know what that means. Dota 2 users. So it's some kind of, I don't know, some
a big study, a good sampling size.
Yeah. So wait, way
to hash out this graph.
I know, no. I had it and then I lost it. I forgot. But the graph is really interesting because it's basically like if you're a heavy traveler, you actually do better than anybody else.
What? What does that mean?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. If you never travel, old people eyes. It's bad.
I'm like, that makes no sense.
So if you never travel, you are better than any of the other groups.
Well, yeah, because you're home gaming all the time.
The next best group is girls. The next best group is if you work out 4 times per week.
All right. I think you just got this focus. You've got energy and focus. Hand-eye coordination is all there. Bop, 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 working out.
The next category is it's just the average user is a 132. So the average line of most people is 132 versus the ones that we just saw that were higher. Then we go down to have a technical degree.
Interesting.
Next best group is advanced English, which probably makes sense mostly because most games are in English.
I don't think.
Yeah, because look, even the people who play
that's not the correlation.
But
the correlation is just higher education.
You're saying we have higher. So if you speak English, you have a higher education than if you speak Chinese.
It's advanced English courses. It's not learning English. It's like English lit and stuff.
It's not. That's not what it is.
Yes, it is.
I'll have to look further then before we'll have that. The next category is if you have a job, which I found ironic to not having a job.
Motivated.
I guess because I would think, because you want to unwind. So I would think not having a job would make you play
I think it's all about focus. These things all correspond to like being focused.
Do you want to hear the lowest category?
Yes.
Men who have a wife.
Stop playing those video games. Yeah, Steve.
I find it hilarious. And Summer liked my word discussive, so you can just
suck it.
Yes, you said it. I did it. I just found that study very fascinating. Do you have a piece of nerd news before I give you more?
Yes. Oh, mine was Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Well, you done screwed the pooch.
I did. I screwed the pooch.
Okay. Have you seen? I already told you about the asteroid, so I can move on that.
Yep.
Have you seen all the news about AMC vowing to never play a Universal movie ever again?
What? Why?
So, Trolls World Tour was supposed to be in theaters.
Okay.
The theaters closed.
The Trolls movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
With like Justin Timberlake and like people like that. It went straight to VOD. It made like $1 bazillion.
Really?
So AMC got none of that money. No theaters got any of that money because it went straight to VOD. And Universal said, we might start not windowing. We might start just putting it on VOD and theaters at the same time. And AMC said, oh, hold up. And they are not happy about it. They're like, if you do that, we're not going to show any Universal movies, which really AMC, how are you going to pull that off? And also, oh my God, we have an A-list. They have to play Universal movies.
I don't think AMC's got a lot of like.
Well, and weren't they going bankrupt before this?
I was going to say, don't they? They don't have a lot of.
Yeah.
What's the analogy I'm looking for here? They're not holding a lot of car weight.
Car weight?
No, they're not holding all the cars. I'm confused. I don't think I have a lot of bargaining chips, is what I want to say. AMC.
Well, it depends.
Especially in this climate.
Well, it depends though. How big is their chain versus other chains? If they're the major chain and your movie isn't going into any of them.
That's true. You're losing out on hundreds of millions of dollars.
But also, does it really matter? Because if we want to see the next Jurassic Park and it's not at AMC, we're just going to go pay to see it at Lemley.
Well, how much is this the new normal now? Because once everything's lifted, once all these restrictions are lifted, we're all going to go to theaters, but we're not going to want to sit next to someone. So what's going to happen?
I don't know. How do you can't even really tape seats off? Because like if you're a family of 4, you can't tape off two. It can't be like every 2 seats and then a tape. Like
right.
How do you do it?
What happens when that first person coughs in the movie theater?
Oh, everybody's going to be nervous. Everybody will be. I already was. This is the thing, y'all. I was the person that was on the bus and like, or a train or wherever, and someone would cough, or at a restaurant, wherever, if it's like a small place, and I would go, oh God, they're patient 0 and we're stuck in here. Like, so I'm going to be way worse than I was.
Jason has a comment
on
the.
Yes, I saw that. Jason has a comment on the gamer thing.
Gamer data.
You want to read it?
It seems the data may be skewed. Only 4% of those surveys were women, and non-gamer girls wouldn't likely respond to a gamer survey.
Interesting. Well, like I said at the beginning, it wasn't scientific.
Yes.
I just found it very interesting.
But it was a large sampling size.
Yeah, and it was a lot of dudes. But I think that's also interesting. Like, if the girls learned faster and there was way less women.
This is, I think, the gaming world is seeing a huge influx of women into the industry, and I think because of that, their learning curves are spiking because they're acclimating to a gaming like what we've already been acclimated to for a long time.
Yeah,
that's my theory.
Okay, sure. I do know that when we play Realm Royale, he thinks he's better than everybody.
It's not true. Based on me dying a lot of the time.
Why does he die? Because he runs in and he's like, I'm going to kill them all. And then he dies. And the rest of us are just sitting back there going, guess we're Resing Grand.
Most of the time, I kill them all.
Some of the time.
Most of the time.
And then because if it's like 1 out of 5, you're like, well, there was that one time, so I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah. It worked the one time. It'll work the other
them.
99 times it didn't.
Okay. And finally, my nerd news, the Obi-Wan series.
Yes. On Disney Plus.
First question, weren't they already filming some of that?
No. So they were in pre-production the whole time. They were still approving scripts. I don't think they actually shot anything yet.
Okay. I was curious because I just read today that they are completely changing the entire story.
Really?
They've got rid of their showrunner and they're just completely doing a whole new thing.
Interesting.
And
was there an explanation?
well, you know how Disney is. There's never any like facts. So it was kind of like, here's what the old story was, and now here's possibly the new story. And I can't tell if I got it backwards or not, but I feel like they didn't want to have Obi-Wan doing anything like defending Luke or anything like that. I think they're trying to go on a whole nother.
Interesting. I'm gonna watch it either way.
I
Like
know.
you bring it on, I'm watching. I'm all in on an Obi-Wan series.
But
But you and McGregor.
You know what I think?
Woo!
That probably Mandalorian did so well, being completely apart from the
Yeah,
Star
maybe
Wars
they want
universe.
to do that too.
They were like, oh, we don't have to make it be part of that, because they probably were forcing it to work.
Right. I mean, he's still a Jedi. He's still upholding peace and justice, whether it's not out in the open, but he's still doing it.
Yeah.
Jason has a great comment here. I think this past week we had an experience with it. Go ahead.
That solution to movies after quarantine, bring back the drive-in.
We wanted a drive-in this last week so bad.
I called everywhere around here that has a drive-in, and they were closed. And I found that odd because there's no reason for them to close.
It's the perfect solution right now. You're not touching anyone. The only thing you might have to worry about is touching the thing. You get it on the FM
radio now. Yeah. But the thing is, here's what I would not like about the drive-in for, say, a Jurassic Park movie, because I want that full theater experience. I want to be in my seat, and I want to have the surround sound. I want the seat to rumble when, you know, the Millennium Falcon's taking off.
Can't you get surround in your car?
Not like that. And you don't have the picture. There's something about that theater experience.
Yeah, that's true.
And the Dolby Theater.
But a drive-in is a great quick fix right now. We wanted to do it so bad.
Yeah, sure. I'd watch, like, you know, a comedy or something like that. But I wouldn't want to watch the big tentpole movies.
We still need a good comedy. Even a TV series.
Oh, to watch?
Yeah.
I think we're going to have stuff coming in May, so I wouldn't worry about that too much.
New Simpsons episodes out there. Check it out.
Brian, it's also easier to smuggle in snacks. Trust me when I tell you, I have no issues smuggling in snacks.
This woman, oh my God, it's so embarrassing. Remember when Homer went to the Candy Expo and he took Marge and he had Marge wear like the trench coat and she walked out with all the pouches, like the inside pouches filled with candy?
Well, I mean, like, you know, we'll show up there with a bunch of meals, like, you know, our sandwiches or whatever, and you still buy popcorn and soda. They're still getting our freaking $50 because there's.
But you're bringing in $500 worth of concessions.
No, it's funny though. Well, yeah, if we bought it there, yeah. I bring in my tea because I don't want to drink soda. Like, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it.
It completely baffles me how you're able to bring in drinks that have like fountain drinks. She balances it within her containment
I do have like that nervous fear the whole time, like, please don't spill, please don't spill, please don't spill.
I just I'm in awe of your smuggle.
Well, it's funny.
Well done, Han Solo.
But you usually are like so Mr. Like, no, I'm not going to bring anything in. And then recently, the last few movies though, you were like, yeah, take that from me and take that from me, take that from me.
You've corrupted
I've corrupted you?
Yes.
He is very much a Boy Scout. Like there was like a line or something where we weren't even jumping the line. We were like mixing into a line or something. And you had such a fit about it.
Hey, don't be a butter. Don't be a dirty line cutter. You get ridiculed.
Summer says, I would be worried about carjackers at a drive-in. Summer, you're so morbid.
Oh my God. Has that ever happened?
There were 7 kids in my family. Mom brought everything. Yeah. I don't think we ever got anything bought for us at a drive-in when I was a kid, but I loved going to a drive-in as a kid. And my dad had a pickup truck. So you would put like the blanket in the back and you would lay out and watch it. Remember they had swings and everything too back then? Did you have those?
No.
Nevada was supposed to be opening up. I don't know what's happening with it now. Remember the whole, like in Las Vegas, they're opening up this like sci-fi drive-in. They were going to only show like sci-fi shorts because they had emailed me about getting Cazadora. You knew about this. But they were going to sell like it was going to all be like 70s style or 50s style diner and all that. And you could
that's
get
cool.
Like food, but you had to eat outside. I wonder if they got kind of screwed over in this whole thing.
I think so.
Oof. That's rough. That's like we have a new bowling alley that finally opened in Burbank in the mall, and at Bowling Alley Arcade.
We're so excited about it.
It's right when it was supposed to open, this hit.
Nope.
I miss bowling.
Me too. We have our own balls.
Are you bragging?
No, I just want to say balls.
Christina says we used to jump fast pass lines at Disney before they went electric.
What? Bad.
He's such a Boy Scout, I'm telling you. And like, but let's okay. So, but what if we were at the new Star Trek? Remember when we tried to go Star Wars ride?
Yeah.
The new one, and we didn't get in because of we were two groups too late.
Yeah.
If we had an opportunity to just sneak in, you wouldn't have snuck in.
No.
Oh my God.
Nope.
So I would have rode without you. I'd be like, bye, babe. I'll tell you all about it.
You would have been caught and you've been ridiculed. You would have been taken to Disney jail
let me ask
and
you
they would
this.
have given you the Disney treatment.
Are you scared because you don't want to get caught?
Not scared. Do the right thing.
Your mama will be proud. If mama's watching, she'll be so proud.
Scared. Ain't scared.
You seem to
Ain't
be about being
scared.
caught. Okay. Well, we need to let all these people get back to their lives.
Thank
But,
you though for joining us for this quarantine hour.
Summer agrees with you. No sneaking in. I will say there was a time on the last bit about movies and sneaking in stuff. When I first moved to LA and I had no money, we had a way of getting the Universal Theater AMC through the side door, and we used to do it.
The worst sneaking.
I would never do that now because I do want to pay. I've actually paid for movies.
Yeah. Oh.
I've actually paid for movies, even if I wasn't going to see them, like an indie movie or something, because I wanted to support. So I wouldn't do that now because I really want to support movie theater. But at the time, I wasn't thinking that way. I was just thinking, I really want to see this and I have no money. I know, it's terrible. But okay, Summer, I'm so glad you joined us.
Thank
and
you,
everybody
everyone.
on the Facebook side and our YouTube side. And
think of antagonists for next week. We got to revisit this.
I'm not, it's old news now. You can tweet us if you think of somebody. Did we say tweet at us? Tweet us? Tweet at us?
Yes.
Use the tweeter?
Yes.
You guys are awesome. I don't really have anything nerdy to say right now. We need a nerdy. I keep telling you, we need a nerdy ending thing.
Okay, ready?
What do they say? What do they say in Star Trek?
Live long and prosper.
Yes, live long and prosper.
Bye, guys.
Cut it off. And now, as I try to end the video, we do the end the video dance.
Already.
No, I'm just doing the end the video dance for our people who are still listening and still watching.